Companionship.
Companionship, one word, but it kind of sums up the movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beautifully unique. I hate the dick ride right here, but you're making some really good points.
I wanted something more. The first thing I saw on Letterboxd was, this is Shawshank Redemption, but for theater kids.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
That's actually so true.
This is the construct. Well, it's simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know.
Hi, welcome to Everything Movie Podcast. I'm here with
Logan and Big Chungus.
your boy Noah. Today we'll be going over Sing Sing.
This movie is about a imprisoned convict who was wrongfully imprisoned, so he didn't do these things, and found purpose in acting in the theater, performing alongside other convicts, and through a story of resilience, humanity, and the transformative power of art, they bonded and performed through theater stuff. So, yeah, it is an A24 film produced. So, I mean, I had high expectations.
Really?
No, I mean, when I see that it's A24, because I do think A24 is towards the top of
Really?
like better production.
Yeah, I mean, I think recently
companies.
it's definitely started to rise.
Yeah, I haven't seen a bad A24 film.
Really?
So, yeah, I think Moonlight's A24.
Yeah, Moonlight's A24, Green Knight's A24.
I want you to start us off. What'd you like about the movie?
I think the acting was pretty good. Do you think he definitely leads the show? Does a pretty decent job with contributing to other characters, which I was wanted the focus to be on this movie.
Especially because there's like a big, not a big group, but a group of guys all working on the same play, is what you mean?
Yeah, and I really like how they show the emotions between each one of them. I mean, not fully, but show like how they put their hard work in to change, and maybe at least we have you two characters, Coleman Domingo and the other guy, Clarence Martin,
Mm-hmm.
bond together with one of them being, I guess, the bad guy, drug dealer, and one of them being, Big King, who like constructs everybody, makes them better.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you see that at the end of the movie, switch around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you like that dynamic?
Yeah, we'll go into the not even bads, but
Just
later
okays, maybe?
on. Yeah,
Okay.
later on. But I think they do a decent job about spreading the wealth.
Mm. What else did you like about the movie?
I do like, I guess you can call it a little bit of a symbolism with the shots, the one window shot, I guess.
Mm.
They love to use that shot.
What do you think that meant?
Maybe, like, prospering for the life on the outside.
Mm.
That's maybe what I got from it.
Or there's another one too, and he can. I can't really break this down too well, but I do know they did this on purpose. It recorded it showed a shot of the bird on the barbed wire fence, where like so many men like try to and want to escape from,
Yeah.
and like you get to see like another animal just kind of free willingly do what they want, and like the whole movie it's pointing towards, yeah, like we want to be free and like we want to go do our own stuff.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the themes of the movie, and I thought that was kind of cool to show that like although you're stuck in here, like there is hope, and you have other animals out here just kind of sitting on the barbed wire, not even affected by it. So yeah, we'll go into my goods. I would say I also liked Coleman Domingo's acting. He did a good job. We can go into the Oscars, I guess, later, but it's not ridiculous for him to get nominated, and I think we can both agree on
He
that.
definitely deserves it.
It's not like outrageous by any means. Everyone else did a decent job, but when we find out towards the end of some other stuff, it kind of made me feel more impressed about the actors, especially given their background. I guess we can go into spoilers now, right?
Oh yeah, we got already
Sure.
started spoiling everything.
Well, we haven't spoiled anything.
I kind of spoiled that.
What'd you say?
The guy was bad at the start, and then they flip roles.
Yeah, that's like, I guess it spoils
That's
a little
pretty-
bit, but that's not like the bigger part of the movie. So
I mean, yeah.
yeah, okay, but yeah, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch Sing Sing. Sing Sing is, if you want to know, it's a drama movie based in a prison. So, and it's about acting, and it's a super unique movie. So if you want to go watch something unique that's along the lines of convicts acting and performing, then go ahead and watch it, and then come back here and then see what we have to say about the rest of it. You already heard some of the goods. I would also say I actually appreciated the music a lot. The music kind of had a consistent tone throughout the whole movie, almost like when we watched A Real Pain, it had a consistent tone of music, of this like almost dancey piano. And then here was almost like more solemn, I would say, and almost like a sad but beautiful kind of music. And you don't know if something like bad's gonna be happening or if this is like a prosperous like grass coming out like growth kind of scene. So it's just kind of like something emotional is happening, but you really don't know if it's gonna be good or bad emotional part, in my opinion. But I really did like the music. I liked how they kept a consistent basis, and I mean we can get into comparisons with the Real Pain music versus this music based off its consistent tones. And if you can bring up any other movies that have like a consistent tone in music, then but that's the first one I thought of, A Real Pain. But yeah, let's go into some negatives, some cons, some bads, or some mids. What maybe didn't stick out to you as being like not as good?
I'm gonna go into my main con of the movie.
Sure.
I do think the ending is completely rushed. I don't like how he just breaks off, and then it's just the other guy dies. I just guess I wanted more of like now that I know it's more of a true story, it gives me like, okay, that's what happened. I can't really argue with it, but it just felt like throughout the ending it just didn't give me the big jump at the end of that one. Like
if you were the director, what would you change? Let's say if you were to go based off the true story, so to not make things as rushed, or maybe include somehow make it a better climactic, maybe, or not as rushed. I have an idea. Do you want to hear what I have to say?
Sure.
I think you show the play they were doing. I was genuinely interested.
I really wanted to see the play.
Yeah, because we see clips and pieces. It's all building up to something really beautiful, and even up until the rehearsals, which is I guess hours before the play, it's their big day, and I was excited to see their big day and how they perform. But you did get bits and pieces at the end. But I wanted a like full. I'm not gonna ask for a 2-hour play, but I definitely did want to see like the bigger parts that connected a story that we could follow along with, because we did know the synopsis was this Egyptian prince trying to go back in time, following clues of some sorts. But if you could have shown, even honestly, I would have been fine with a 15-minute play with the best parts. I would have watched. 15. I would like that.
I don't even know if I need 15.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I wouldn't have been mad by that at all. Like, you have all these people working towards this movie, and it's like, now you get to miss out on that and show us like bits and pieces, but you don't really make sense of it. It's more just like
it really shows
random stuff.
Yeah, it really shows.
It doesn't really connect anything.
Yeah, it really shows in the second act with Divine Eye, with him like kind of having, I don't want to say getting his voice, but he really becomes this character. He really shows out that he cares.
Mm-hmm. Was that Clarence Macklin?
Yeah, Clarence Martin. Yeah, that was him.
Clarence Macklin.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess we can go into this part that I found impressive, was that 90% of the actors in here were playing themselves. So this was an adapted screenplay, I believe.
Yeah, it did get nominated for that as well.
Yeah, so it got nominated for adapted screenplay, and this was all of these characters who were in prison that we are watching learn the lines in the play, and build friendships with. Those were the real guys. They were acting their own movie, their own like real life story. So I thought that in itself was a pretty beautiful thing that you don't see often in movies. And I'm gonna say, for this type of movie, you never see ex-convicts like all working on a movie together. So I thought that was actually really cool. And do you feel like they performed as far as acting?
Yeah, I think all of them did, to be honest.
Yeah, which is like surprising because that's not their background, right?
Yeah.
So, but obviously they probably build up their acting skills when they were in prison doing the stuff that we saw in the movie.
Still to perform at an actual movie, that's crazy.
Big gun.
I'd say another con. I don't even know if I'll even want a little hearing for his parole. But it just...
Are you feeling like his life story was underplayed a bit, maybe?
Yeah. You just hear,
you do.
wrongfully convicted of murder.
You hear him talking on the phone at one
Yeah.
point, but you don't hear the other side. You just know he's in a stressed
we don't have
moment.
evidence. It's like,
Yeah.
I wanted something, because he's in a shitty mood.
We do get to see his afterthoughts or his, like, opinions and how he feels about it and how it affects his day, which, you know, I'm glad they didn't cut that stuff out.
Yeah.
But if you want to go down that route of seeing the after effects on how it affects how he acts around other people, because he was the, I don't want to say like the knight in shining armor, but I'm like, who was the leader of the knights at the round table?
He wasn't.
Who there's a name. There's like, you know, the leader of the knights at the round table, King Arthur, or like something like that. But he's the one who's in charge of all the knights.
Yeah.
This Coleman Domingo was that person.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that like flip flop, it'd be nice to maybe get more emotionally invested into his life story.
Yeah.
So I guess is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I can also get behind that. I hate the dick ride right here, but you're making some really good points.
I wanted something more.
All right, so if you guys want to know a good 3 words, it's beautifully unique and with companionship. So, yeah.
What's your final recommendation?
Ooh, okay. So final recommendation for this movie, if you're into anything to do with male bonding, and this is like stuff where it's like, all right, stop acting tough, like put down the facade, like at the end of the day, your boys are your boys, and you're going to be there for them, and you love them kind of thing, go watch the movie. Definitely go watch it in streaming. Like, bare minimum, go watch it in streaming. It's definitely a movie that may give you some more appreciation for manhood. So,
yeah.
What would you say?
I agree. I mean, it's definitely a streaming movie.
Yeah.
You could rent it. I mean, I know it still costs money, but...
It wouldn't be the worst choice. All right, you want to go into our movie tier list, or movie ratings?
Yeah.
Sure. I want to give it higher, because I do think this is, like, a beautiful movie. Like, at the end of the day, it's about male friendship, and you know, you can't. It's hard. I feel like it's hard to do that when you're in prison. You know, because you can have enemies everywhere.
The first thing I saw on Letterboxd was, this is Shawshank Redemption, but for theater kids.
Yeah,
so that's kind of funny.
That's actually so true.
Yeah.
I want to go back and use my one word. Shawshank for theater kids, or one phrase. Shawshank for. It is really Shawshank for theater kids. So. I actually want to put that as our thumbnail now.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I will go with my rating. It's subject to change. It's just between 2 right now, obviously. I'm either between a 7.5 or 7. So, I was really stuck on 7.5, but because of the ending, you know, it just puts it down a little bit. I'm still good. I think right now I'm going 7.5 is my final rating. What's your rating?
Mine's a 7.25.
7.25. So we're literally right on the dot with each other here. How we feel.
I don't want to say the enemy pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
But
so it's a good movie, guys.
You just leave so much out.
Yeah, you do. You could do more. You could have made the movie an 8 for sure.
Letterboxd movie tier list.
Yeah, Letterboxd. I'm putting in my rating is a 4-star, and you're going 3.5. I'm assuming. Yeah. All right, sounds good. We'll see you guys in the next one. Anything else?
Make sure to like and subscribe, turn the noti bells on.
No noti bells.
Yeah,
noti bells.
And thank you for watching.
Let's try it again.
Thank you for watching.